Hi, Jason. It's great to hear that Fixed Phage has now completed a short project with the Scout team. Can you just briefly tell us a little bit about Fixed Phage and explain what benefit and value you've taken away from the process?
Yeah, hi Graham. Good to speak to you. So at Fixed Phage, we're developing novel antibiotics which we can attach to various surfaces. And so the idea is that, for example, you might attach them to wound dressings or food packing materials to kill problem bacteria in a number of situations. You know, we've got a platform technology that lets us do this. And we're at the stage of R&D still, but heading more towards the development part of that. And so it was a really good time for us to speak to Scout. And there was really two things that we spoke to you about. And so the first one was, I guess, technology optimization. And so that was looking at the actual process that we have where we attach our antibiotics to substrates. And we've obviously done a lot of this work in-house, but the great thing about Scout is they had expertise from fields that we don't have. We're a small company, so we're kind of limited in what we can cover, but also like specialist equipment that we don't have in-house just now, which potentially would be really useful for us for both optimizing the technology and developing new QC procedures, for example. The other piece that we looked at was more the scale up in production of our novel antibiotics. And, you know, that's an area where actually in-house we've got a lot of really specific expertise. And we from an intellectual side of things and a process design side of things, we're pretty clued up. But what Scout brought there was really the ability to look at smaller versions of what we're doing. You know, we've got an 8-liter fermenter in-house. You guys have got like really small fermenters where you can do a lot of the initial pre-screen of parameters, and then going forward, much bigger fermenters than we've got in-house. So it kind of covers the from the equipment point of view what we don't have. So I think it was those two things that really we got from this was the intellectual input in areas where we were lacking there, but also the ability to access equipment potentially where we don't have it in a small company, can't afford to buy everything. So it's great that both of those things were covered in the same conversation that we had.
It's great to hear that you found it a useful exercise so far. So can you describe how you found the experience and the mechanics of the innovation integrator process itself? Was it straightforward enough from your perspective?
For sure, yeah, it was very straightforward. It was all kind of managed by you guys. There was a fairly regimented way of doing things, which was good because it kind of kept it all contained, and we were always kind of on top of where we were. The meetings were always to the point. We had meetings where there was quite a few people involved. So, like I say, we were covering both the process development and the technology innovation. But everyone was there. It was all really well managed. And I guess it's worth mentioning also that it was free for us. It's a small company, which is always great. You know, to get that input, really well managed, and at no cost to the company at this stage.
Great. Well, I know that you've got plenty going on, and it continues to sound like a really exciting time for you. So, what's next for Fixed Phage?
So we're at a really exciting time for the company. We just did a fairly large fundraise earlier in the year. Like I said, it's a platform technology, so there's always other things that we want to be moving forward. So probably at the start of next year, we'll be looking for another fundraise. And the areas that we're really pushing just now are some projects that we've got in veterinary health. We've got a really good partnership with our company, Caris Animal Health, who are really working with us in a lot of areas in veterinary health. And going forward, of course, we'd like to get into human health at some point. We need more resources for that, and we need to prove the technology. But that's where we're getting to. You know, ultimately, we want to be able to use this to, like I mentioned, wound dressings earlier, or catheters, or indwelling devices. You know, it's relevant for any of those things. So it's really exciting. It's harder to decide what not to do than what to do for us just now.
That's great to hear. Well, thanks very much for your time, Jason. It's been a pleasure working with you and bringing this to life for everyone. So just finally, to anyone out there thinking about connecting with the Scout team, what would your advice be?
I would say go for it. I mean, for the Scout project we did, I mentioned at the stage it's at, it didn't cost us anything. We're still talking to you guys about a couple of different things, and we think that we'll be working with you going forward. It's a really quite straightforward process. You can get a lot of benefit just from the Scout project, but hopefully it will lead on to something else. You know, there's a lot of opportunity there going forward, just on top of what we've already got out of it.
That's great. Thanks again, Jason.
No problem. Thank you.